Hi everyone, and welcome to Heal Endometriosis Naturally with Wendy K. Laidlaw. Wendy has spent the last 2 years helping women with various stages of endometriosis to heal naturally after putting her condition into remission. After her own healing success from stage 4 endometriosis and adenomyosis, she's inspired to heal others, and her goal is to help some of the 175 million women know that there is another way other than painkillers, drugs, or surgery. This is the place to be for real talk with real people for real results, so you can learn how to heal your endometriosis naturally. Please note that the opinions expressed in this program may represent options, but are not a substitute for proper medical care. Before starting any new healthcare program, we recommend you consult with a health professional.
Hey everyone, it's Wendy K. Laidlaw, and as always, I hope that this podcast finds you well. Today I'm jumping on quickly to share that I have an amazing retreat that I am hosting in the next couple of weeks. And if you have been following me for a while, then I really do hope that you can join me. The retreat is something that has been part of my vision, my dream for a really long time. I recognize how important it is to connect with women like yourselves in ways that make you feel powerful, and you have the prospect of change. There's nothing worse when you've been trapped in a medical maze for a long period of time, putting all this energy and focus into trying to get well, and what's worse is you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And I'm assuming that's why you're here, because you want to do something different. But there's one thing working with people online, which is very successful and very lovely, but it's something quite different in that face-to-face, in that personal kind of in-person environment. So hence why I'm going to be hosting the How to Embrace Emotions, a retreat in Portugal this October, from Monday the 2nd of October to Saturday the 7th of October. Now, it's in a beautiful, beautiful location. It felt very important to me. As I say, I've been thinking about this for a number of years, even before COVID times, and certainly afterwards. I've just been trying to find the right venue. Being the type of kind of super sensitives that we are, it's really important that the energy, the environment, the staff, the buildings, the distance from the main airport, all these kind of things had to kind of tick all the boxes. And as I say, I found this place. I feel it was meant to be, and I visited it for a couple of days. I wanted to experience the energy, the staff, how everything was set up. I met the owner, even her gorgeous dog, and all these different things. You know, I met their staff, and the food was amazing. The venue's all been newly refurbished and decorated to the most exquisitely high standards. So again, everything had to be right before I had to make sure that it was right, within my body, so that I could ensure that there would be no jolts or uncertainty for you when you come to the retreat. We have to start with the intention, then we have to obviously look at the venue, and then of course the content. Now, again, if you're anything like me, the idea of actually spending money on yourself and time on yourself might feel challenging. But so what I've done is I've incorporated it as an educational learning opportunity as well as deep relaxation. I thought that your perfectionists and the parts that really don't like to spend money on yourself could justify this extra education. And when I talk about education, I really want to kind of cover not only embracing emotions, but the practical elements, like how to create uncrushable boundaries, which is a real challenge for a lot of women with endometriosis because of their high degree of sensitivity and their care for others. Other people who aren't as sensitive and aren't as considerate may continually wear down and push and buck against any boundaries that you even think about putting in place. And that by itself is exhausting, draining on the nervous system, really affects the immune system, and of course the digestive system. So the essence behind this retreat is really to allow a place to come and get educated in the morning. Obviously make sure you got the like 5-star accommodation, you have your own room and your own bathroom, so you'll be able to kind of have that deep relaxation that you need. We do some education in the morning, and then the afternoons are left for yourself, so that you can either lie by the pool or go for a walk or go for a cycle, or just rest in your room or do some yoga or strength and conditioning. And we've got a couple of things that are optional for people to do if they want, but equally I appreciate sometimes just getting away from our day day-to-day environment is so crucial for healing. We can't actually often think or implement the things that we want to think about or implement when we're in our day-to-day or we're in our home. So the idea of coming away is to really allow for this information education on stuff that I haven't taught before, but equally doing role playing and implementation for essential things that are going to help put essential foundations and parameters in, and help kind of discuss these things in a one-to-one, and as I say, do kind of role playing and scenarios, because it's one thing hearing about a way of approaching people or doing things, but something quite different actually trying to act these things out. So there's going to be a lot of deep support, encouragement, sharing if you're comfortable, and that's okay if you're not. But the essence is to provide this deep sense of healing. I think when you can, as a woman with endometriosis, if you've already suffered for decades, you may have felt quite alone and isolated, and this is a way to come in a super safe environment to ensure that we can actually even consider what the blocks and things might be, and then just allow for that gentle healing to start to happen. Normally a lot of women tend to have a lot of self-confidence issues. They may be put down a lot, they've lost touch with their instincts and intuition. So we'll be starting to kind of look at that as well, as to kind of really tune in with your instincts, with your intuition again. And that could be quite scary for a lot of people at the very beginning, but I'm going to be able to show you in person. I'll be spending a lot of time with the women that are coming, and plus it's a very small group. That was also something I wanted to ensure, that it wasn't like 20 or 30 people attending this retreat, but it will be a maximum of sort of 8 to 10 people, and again that just allows for that connectivity and personalization. And then also, during meal times, we'll be having meal times together, getting to know each other, and invariably even hopefully having a laugh and having some fun, getting to know you more. But most importantly, just allowing for this deep healing that tends to happen when you come together with the right people. They say birds of a feather flock together. And I think when you learn to tune into your body in a different way, and you learn to tune into your emotions and learn how to embrace your emotions and the messages and meanings behind them, it can really help to reduce any anxiety or depression or overwhelm or turmoil that might be kind of going on for you right now. Because if you don't know how to tune into your emotions or even recognize them or hear that inner voice, it can cause great distress in so many different parts of the body. And especially when with endometriosis, over the years that I've worked with people, if we can really start to kind of understand, there's some invariably sort of deep emotional elements that perhaps, when you were a child, or intergenerational trauma that are deep in the subconscious, below the levels of consciousness, that perhaps just need some gentle support and holding and encouragement to start to kind of access what might be going on there. So my aim for you is that you'll walk away from this retreat feeling emotionally empowered and secure, and give you the emotional support tools and education to help you become an emotional master, give you emotional mastery. So are you ready to move from emotional misery to emotional mystery to emotional mastery? And also help to understand the different parts of your personality. I heard a lovely saying the other day, which was, we are multitudes. And I like that, because we aren't just one person. There's many different parts to us. There's a different part shows up at work, or a different part shows up with your parents, or with your partner, or with your children. And sometimes trying to learn and understand and navigate our parts can be challenging. And there might be all these beliefs, outdated beliefs that you have about different parts of you. So again, we're going to be looking at that. So if you can understand the part, you understand the whole of you. And then, as I say, really looking at the meanings and the messages behind anxiety and depression and overwhelm. And again, these feelings and emotions are messengers. So how do we learn to stay in a state of observance? Because it's one thing people saying, just observe your emotions, and it's quite another thing learning to to understand and use tools in which to help to kind of stay separate from them and not be overwhelmed by them. And as I say, put in self-care boundaries, uncrushable boundaries. And then most importantly, giving yourself the opportunity to integrate some of these things through role playing and things like that, but also just with deep rest and relaxation to help you start to rejuvenate whatever might be causing any drain or pain or burnout in your body. So I hope that you will join me. As I say, the venue itself is beautiful. It's all been visited and tested by me, so I can absolutely vouch for the quality of this 5-star place. I will be taking out the whole venue as well, so it will just be us and the staff. There will be no other people interfering with our energies, so that allows for that extended safety. That they even have stables there, so you can go walk down and speak to the horses or be with the horses. They even offer horse therapy, which is amazing, but we can talk about that. But beautiful place. There's lovely swimming pools and a stunning meditation garden with a lovely with fish and fountains and all sorts of different things. So it's a really idyllic place. As I say, we'll be kind of in the mornings we'll be exploring kind of human connection and emotions and their messengers. The afternoon will be reserved for your own reflection time or relaxation. In the evenings, we'll be eating the most gorgeous food on the planet. It's super healthy. They actually even grow all of their own food on site, or it's locally produced food that they bring in, and it's just amazing. And then even at the end of the day, if you want to join me for a glass of red wine, Portuguese wine, and watch the sunset under the star-filled sky as the night goes on, then that would be lovely as well. So I'm going to be sharing now the email. The web address is embracingemotions.com/retreat_Portugal_2023. So it's only a few weeks left, but I do hope that you'll join me, and I look forward to meeting you then. Until then, to your health.
Thanks for listening to Heal Endometriosis Naturally with Wendy K. Laidlaw, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and rate us. If you're interested in learning more, you can download your top 5 jumpstart tips at healendometriosisnaturally.com and jump on the VIP email list. Remember to keep you number one. The world needs a healthy you.